Here's Walt Disney. This is what he actually looked like at the time that Steamboat Willie was first produced. And this drawing right here in this composite is actually a drawing from the film itself. You think of the first cartoon that's made, most people will say that was Steamboat Willie. Actually, Steamboat Willie was the third cartoon that the Disney Studios were working on, because the first one, Plane Crazy, is right here. And I want you to look at this. This is very unusual, rare to find, but the drawings for one frame of film are right here, the original drawings, and the cell that goes onto that film. This is one frame of the film of Plane Crazy. Was in the black and white era, no soundtrack. The soundtrack was added later when Walt found out how popular that was. But this was the first cartoon that the Disney Studios did. They had another one called The Galloping Gaucho, and then they had Steamboat Willie. Silly Symphonies. Again, you have to be very old to know that Silly Symphonies were even made. But these were longer than the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck cartoons that started right at the beginning and made all of the money for the studio in the early years. But when these Silly Symphonies were being produced, Walt Disney was technically trying to determine how to synchronize the voice on film with the action on film, the musical interpretation on film with the actions of the characters. And he made many, many of them from 1929 to 1939. Over that period, 75 Silly Symphonies were all made by hand, lasting somewhere around 10 minutes for each one. Predominantly, musical themes were on the soundtrack, but the characters were trying to sync dances and actions to the beat of the music that was being recorded. This is one of the few cells that exist today from those 75 films that were produced over that period.